So while the left is trying to manufacture scandals with old dead men, and while Trump was obliterating the fentanyl cartel, he also unveiled on the Laura Ingraham show the other night the most revolutionary healthcare transformation in American history, and nobody's talking about it. By the way, if you were subscribed to my blog, my free daily blog, you would already know all of this. You would be the smartest person in America. You would know about the beef industry. You would know about everything because you would have America's professor in your email box every day. Every single day when I put out blogs. Go to Substack right now and look for Professor Toto. Just like that little dog on The Wizard of Oz that pulled the curtain back. That's me, Toto. Professor Toto. Go to Substack and subscribe free of charge today. Thousands of you have already done it. Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump just announced a health care plan. I know you don't know anything about it. That's sad that the media has failed you because Donald Trump just fixed what Obamacare broke. And the establishment, they're terrified. Let's back up. I'm going to break it all down for you if you want to take notes so that when you're talking to liberal dummies, you'll know how to respond to their fear tactics, okay? Donald Trump has been working, you didn't realize it, I didn't realize it, on a health care plan since 2016. In his first term, he laid the foundation. And in this term, he's about to put it all together for you. So I want to rewind and let me show you what Donald Trump has already accomplished in the healthcare arena or space. Number one, if you're taking notes, number one, you ought to be taking notes. Number one, uno, price transparency. Price transparency. Did you know that for the first time in history, and you're not going to believe this, hospitals now have to post their real prices? Before Donald Trump, you couldn't even find out what something cost until after you got the bill. I mean, how crazy was this all of our lives? And we never said, got the bill. Oh, I wouldn't have got that done. I wouldn't have got that done if I'd have known. Well, now you have price transparency thanks to Donald Trump, okay? Imagine buying a car without knowing the price. You would feel like a dummy, wouldn't you? That's what health care was. Donald Trump ended that scam. Let me give you an example. A few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was completely deaf. I had to wear a hearing aid to be able to hear anything. I was completely deaf in both of my ears. And I needed a surgery. There was a chance they could restore hearing in this ear. Well, the problem is, I had a health insurance plan that I believe every American should have. My plan is with Christian Healthcare Ministries. I'm not advertising for them. I get nothing from that. But it's not traditional health insurance. To me, it's the only kind worth having. Anyway, but the downside is I had to pay for my surgery up front. I had to dig in my savings, pay for it up front, but then they would reimburse me 100% after that. Well, I went and the surgery was going to be, listen to this, if I would have had traditional health insurance under Obamacare, that surgery would have been, are you ready, $230,000. Okay? So I go in the little bitty office and sit down with the lady and tell her I don't have insurance. And she pulls out a price list and says, no problem, we can do your surgery for $20,000. Yeah, right. You know why? Had to show me the price up front. Okay? And so that's price transparency. Number two, Donald Trump accomplished that. Number two, cheaper drug prices. Okay? Trump let people buy drugs from Canada. Do you remember that? Where the drugs are much cheaper. Yeah, you could order them from Canada. Donald Trump did that, in case you forgot. He forced companies to show their real prices. He exposed the middleman that was jacking up the prices. Number three, more choices. Donald Trump brought back short-term health plans and catastrophic plans like I've got. I have pretty much a catastrophic plan. Donald Trump brought all that back. Obamacare killed all that. He brought it back. Now you can buy insurance that actually fits your needs instead of what the government says you need. Number four, he brought back telehealth. Donald Trump made it permanent, telehealth. Now you can see a doctor from your couch instead of driving 2 hours to a clinic. Donald Trump did that. And then finally, number five, health savings accounts. Here's what Donald Trump did with health savings accounts. He literally doubled how much you can put in a health savings account. Now, what are health savings accounts? Tax-free accounts that you can put your money in for medical expenses. And if you've got a catastrophic plan like I have, it's okay. You've got the money in a tax-free medical account to help you pay for things up front. And then all of those things that we just mentioned were just the foundation. He did all of that in 2016. But now the revolution begins. Donald Trump dropped a bombshell on the Laura Ingraham show a few nights ago, and people still don't get what he said. Here's what he said, and I quote, "I'm going to give the money directly to the people. I'm going to let them buy their own plans. They'll get better care, and they'll feel like entrepreneurs." That one sentence sent the Democrats on a freak fest. They literally lost their mind. Because if you control your health care money, they lose control over you. So we're going to call it Trumpcare 101. And I'm going to explain it to you now, what Donald Trump is fixing to present to the world, to the nation. I'm going to explain it because he really don't explain things too well. That's my job. He throws out the big picture. It's my job to educate you. So healthcare is complicated, okay? But I'm going to make it simple. Let's talk about the phone store. I'm going to give you an analogy. I love analogies, parables. All right, so you walk into a phone store, you need a phone. The government says, go ahead and get the most expensive phone with all kinds of features that you don't need. And you're going to buy that phone from one store. Okay? I know you don't need a satellite connection to Mars, but it's in the package. That's the only phone you're allowed to buy. I know you don't need a diamond encrusted case, but it's mandatory. And you don't want the premium unlimited everything plan. Too bad. That's what you're going to buy. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Obamacare. They forced you to buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. So what happened? The price exploded. Let's talk about the $100 hamburger. Maybe it'll help you. You go and get a burger. A normal burger costs $6. But the government comes in and says, every burger from here on out must include caviar, truffle oil, and Golden Flakes. And now the burger is $100. And you say, no, I just wanted a regular burger. You know, a regular health insurance plan. I don't need $15 copays, and I don't need this, and I don't need that. I just need something to cover me if I have a catastrophe. You know, sort of like car insurance. It really is simple if you don't overcomplicate it. And you say, I don't need a burger with caviar, but the government says, hey, you go ahead and get that burger. And by the way, don't you worry about the price. No, I know the burger's $100, but guess what? We're going to give you subsidiary of $80 to help you pay $20 for a $6 burger. Oh, yes, the burger's $100, but don't you worry about it. We're paying $80 of it for you. Sounds great, right? Wrong. The government did not fix the cost. They hid the cost. The burger's still $100. And why is everybody freaking out right now? Because what the government has been hiding under Obamacare is about to be revealed in December when the subsidiaries come to an end. Why do you think Schumer was desperate to extend them? They're all about to be exposed that they didn't fix anything. It's all about to be seen for what it was, a great American scam. And they'll shut the government down to keep that from being revealed. Oh yeah, they want you to think those subsidiaries. Oh, without the subsidiaries, people's premium is going to go from $160 a month up to $400 a month. Of course they are. You made them buy caviar and told them you would help them pay for it. You robbed our money and ran a scam called Obamacare. Trump's about to reveal it all. They don't want you to see the full bill, because somebody else is picking up part of your health insurance bill. But who is that somebody else? You are, through your taxes. You see, you're paying for your own burger 2 times. Oh, yes. The burger that's $100, we're going to give you $80. Now it's $20. It should have only been $6, but that's okay. It's $20. No big deal. Look at that great burger you're getting. Caviar on it, right? But the part they're not telling you, you're paying taxes out of your hard-earned money. I just sent a check to the IRS 3 days ago. Yeah. So now we're going to take money out of the check you just mailed in, and we're going to use that money to pay for the rest of you. So the truth is you paid $100 for a $6 hamburger because you're going to pay once at the counter, $20. That's all. No, you're not paying $100. You're paying $20 at the counter. You should have only paid $6 to get what you wanted. But when you're forced to get what you're told to get, don't worry about the $100. We got you covered. But the problem is that $80 subsidy, you're paying it through your taxes. Now, here's how it gets even worse, my fellow American. When the government says we'll cover part of the cost, no matter how high it goes, what do you think the insurance companies are going to do? Wait a minute. Think about it. It don't take brains. It just takes a little bit something. Think about it. If the government says we're going to pay your premiums no matter how high they go, what did you just tell the insurance companies? Raise the prices. Why? Because they know the government's going to cover the difference out of the tax money. It's exactly like what happened to college tuition. When the government guaranteed student loans, what did colleges do? They said, oh, students can borrow unlimited money. Great. Let's triple the tuition. Why not? I mean, this is dummy 101 is what this is. Same scam, different industry. Subsidies do not lower cost. They encourage higher cost. That's a quote. You could use it. Subsidies don't lower cost. They encourage higher cost. So let's talk about Trumpcare, the genius of it. It's so simple, a kid could understand it. Now, here's what Trump did. Trump said, look, instead of making the burger cost $100 and then giving you $80 to pay for it, let's just make the burger $6 again. You get what you want, not what you're forced to get. How did he do it? He removed all the stupid rules that made the burger $100. Number one, he removed the mandates. That's what was making the burger $100. All those other sick people that you're having to cover, the forced coverages that you must get caviar on your burger. You must get the best plans out there, $10 copays. And the restrictions you can only buy from these three companies. And the interstate bans, you can't buy from another state. You got to get in there and buy from the monopoly. When you remove all those rules, guess what companies have to do again? They have to compete. And when companies compete, prices drop. Because if the government's not paying them anymore, you have to pay them. And if you're going to pay them, prices have to come way down. And when prices drop, you don't need subsidies anymore. Obamacare made insurance expensive and then bribed you with subsidies. Trumpcare is going to make insurance cheap so you don't need subsidies anymore. One system wants you dependent on government checks. The other one wants you free to choose. Now let's talk about the drug price revolution. Donald Trump didn't stop with all the other things. He tackled drug prices. And this is huge. You know those weight loss drugs that everybody's talking about? Ozempic, Wegovy? In Europe, it's $90 for a month's supply. In America, it's $1,350 for a month's supply. Same drug, same company. Now you know why the CEO fell out and had a heart attack in Donald Trump's office when he announced it. Yeah. 15 times more expensive in America. You know why? The government's going to pay for it. Donald Trump said this is a scam. He ended it. He signed a deal with Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, and more, and got a new price that starts in 2026, a few months from now. And regular people without insurance, their injections go from $1,350 a month to $245. And if you get the pills, $149. $1,200 in your pocket, $1,100 in your pocket. Now you can go and pay your health insurance premium. It's really simple. It really is very, very simple. And Medicare, if you're on Medicare, now you only pay $50 a month for weight loss drugs, whereas you had to pay $1,350 a few days ago. Medicaid, you only pay $245 instead of $1,350. See, that's real money. Donald Trump understands real. That's real money back now in people's pocket. Now, you just saved $1,000 a month. Let me ask you something. Now, you buying that fat drug, and you're now saving $1,000 a month on it, but you can't afford a health insurance premium? Oh, yes, you can. You can afford what you want. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump knows that. Remember when the government just shut down for 40 days? The longest shutdown in American history? The Democrats said, we will not reopen unless you do what? You keep the Obamacare scam or subsidies going. Donald Trump said no. They had a staring contest. 8 Democrats blinked first. They're all about to be exposed for the scam they were. The government reopened. Trump won. You've now got Trumpcare versus Obamacare side by side. So let me give you the side by side. Are you ready? Obamacare versus Trumpcare. Let's go. Obamacare forced you to buy expensive insurance that you didn't want. Premiums went up every year. Fewer doctors to choose from. Government controlled everything. Insurance companies got rich. That was Obamacare. Let's talk about Trumpcare. You choose what kind of insurance you want to buy. If you're smart, you'll get the kind I've got. Yeah. You'll put money in a medical savings account tax-free. And do you know that my wife and I pay $300 a month for amazing health care? Christian Healthcare Ministries. Hey, if you go there, I think you need to give them my email or something, and I get a month free. But anyway, so I do get a little something out of it. But I'm not advertising. I'm telling you the truth. We pay $300 and some odd a month. And do you know we have 100% coverage? 100% coverage. No copays of any kind. None. Did you know that after $500, they cover 100% of everything? Now, I have no copays. If I go to the doctor, I'm paying. If that visit's $400, I'm paying for it out of my medical savings account. Isn't that wonderful? So now Donald Trump says I ought to be able to buy that. Prices go down because of competition. You get more doctors, more options, more choices. You control your health care. Drug prices get slashed. But what about pre-existing conditions? I'm glad you asked. Because Donald Trump, let me be 100% clear, says sick people will still have coverage under Trumpcare. Now, when you go to buy car insurance and you've not been a good driver, you've had 13 wrecks, 22 speeding tickets, what happens to your premium? From bad choices, what happens? Price goes up, doesn't it? That's called fair. What's not fair is my price goes up because yours went up. Okay? Sick people, no one can be denied under Trumpcare. No one. No one. No one. Pre-existing conditions stay in place. Protection stays in place. No insurance company will be able to deny you because you're sick. Now, when a person has a health problem before you buy insurance, like diabetes, asthma, cancer, under the old system, you would be denied coverage, not under Trumpcare. Trump says they must cover everyone no matter what. To pay for covering sick people, they were forcing you to buy coverage you didn't need to help them do that. Sick people will be covered. When healthy people can buy cheaper plans that fit their needs, insurance companies will compete for their business. What does that mean? Prices will come down for everybody, even sick people. So under Trumpcare, sick people are covered. Insurance companies cannot deny you. Insurance company cannot charge you more for being sick. But prices come down because healthy people are not forced to overpay, and sick people can actually afford to use their insurance. So, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line, in one day, Donald Trump cut drug prices by 80%. He doubled the money you can save tax-free. Gave you back the freedom to choose your insurance. Ended the government monopoly on health care and put you back in control. Obamacare made you a slave to the system. Trump is here to set you free. So let's review what happened today before I go to bed. On one side of the political spectrum, you have Democrats desperately recycling dead criminal emails cherry picking out of context quotes, hiding exculpatory testimony, and manufacturing scandals because they have nothing else to run on. On the other side, you have President Trump and his administration delivering the complete shutdown of the fentanyl pipeline. China surrenders on chemical exports. The seizure of enough fentanyl to kill 127 million Americans. The most revolutionary healthcare transformation in American history. Drug price reductions that will save families thousands. A system that puts freedom back into your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called contrast. That's what leadership looks like versus desperation. That's what happens when you have a president that trusts the American people versus a political party that fears them. Trump is building the future. Democrats are obsessed with the past. Trump is focused on solutions. Democrats want you dependent. Trump wants you empowered. And that right there is the battle we're witnessing, my fellow American. Not between Republican and Democrat, not between left and right, but between those that believe in American greatness and those that profit from American weakness. Today, 3 stories tell you everything you need to know about the state of American politics. The left, desperate, dishonest, out of answers. Trump delivering victories, saving lives, and restoring freedom. November the 12th, 2025 will be remembered as the day the poison pipeline was shut down. The American health care was liberated. Democrats showed their desperation, and the day Trump showed his dominance. I'm Professor Toto, reporting to you live from Toto Town, behind the titanium mic of magnanimity, reminding you that truth is still the truth, freedom still matters, and America is still worth fighting for. God bless you, Director Kash Patel. God bless you, President Donald Trump. And God bless the United States of America. We're winning, America. They can't stand it. Until next time, keep your powder dry, your principles strong, and your eyes on the truth. Professor Toto signing out. Good night, America. Bye-bye.